It's the time to get down.
I was just saying to my acting coach, like, I don't want to talk. I just want to model. I don't want to talk.
But you got over that.
Yeah, I talk all the time. Now, as you can see, everybody's like, why don't you just shut up?
So, okay, so now, but growing up in Chicago,
Yes.
you know, and by the way, you guys, I don't know if you noticed, I'm in shorts today because, and I'm not throwing it in your face. I know the whole country, the whole damn country's got a cold spell. And here in LA, it's like 75 degrees.
Yeah.
I'm in shorts. It was almost 80 the other day, right?
It was 80.
Yeah.
It was 80, see, so we're not trying to throw it in your face.
I mean, I've been in shorts and sandals all week.
No,
I'm not gonna.
we don't want y'all coming this way. It's tight on the job any damn way.
Don't come out here. Don't. I don't need any more competition. Don't.
But you know Chicago, right? So you know that, because one thing about, and I talk about the Chicago dog and the deep dish pizza.
Ooh.
And jazz.
Yes.
The best.
I miss it.
But what about that cold, baby?
I don't miss
wind?
that.
They call that the hawk.
Yep. Oh, you been?
It blows so hard it reaches Detroit.
I've
That's
been
where
blown
it comes.
down on the sidewalk, like, because I'm only 5'2", so I've literally just been blown over.
They got the poles in the sidewalk
Yep.
The
to
whole
hold
thing
on to.
grab
Yeah,
onto.
The
it's
wind
true.
will blow
It's
you
true.
off your feet.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all listen, that's why they coming this way.
No, don't. No.
So how is it that you actually ended up coming to Los Angeles?
I had to. It was just in me. Like, I had to. Like, no one wanted me to. Everybody wanted me to stay there. I had a very good life at home. I just came here with a dog and a dream and a car and a little bit of money.
Huh. Well,
Wow.
take
Here
a
we
look.
are. And then the second day I was here, I was at an audition.
Wow.
Wow.
That's pretty good. That's
Wow.
pretty hot, man. Wow. Wow. No, wait a minute. Here's a question I have.
Okay.
What is the most difficult challenge about being an actress? I know nothing, so you're educating me right now.
Whew, wow. To stay in the game, I think. It takes a long time. I've been doing this since I was 14. I was I did it full time at home too. So to just be able to stay and persevere, like listening to you talk about you doing your first play, that's amazing. Like, I'm so supportive of that. Like, people get frustrated after like a year or two. You have to just stay in and keep pushing. I think that's the hardest part.
Got
It
it.
I see so
is
many people giving up.
perseverance.
Yeah.
Exactly.
At least
Yeah.
for the people that we find too, because it's so. I wish I could say we knew more people here in Los Angeles that were really struggling artists, because they're mostly not. They're not really struggling.
Right.
They're doing other stuff. They're partying. They're not working at their craft and going at it hardcore. And again, we seem to find, for some reason, a little bit more females, right, Vic?
We have this model and this rule,
I don't know why.
but I'm not going to say the rule or the model because I'm
that?
not getting
Why?
myself
we
in trouble
we
because I
seem
learned
to
my
find
lesson.
more entrepreneur,
Yeah.
hardworking females.
We do. We
We
find
run
that.
across them, so I'm so glad to have Kevin here.
Yeah.
Because he's going to tell us all about, because some things you guys have in common. Now, but before I ask him those things, take a look here at a nice picture here. Suzette right here. Photography by Donald Caraway. Makeup and hair by Elise Provincia.
Donald did that?
Yes.
Yes.
Downtown.
Styling and jewelry by Scova.
Michaela. Yeah.
All right.
Wow, look at this. We're going to just scroll down your pics.
Yeah.
Okay.
See?
We shot that 2 blocks up the street from here.
Really?
We're at Dale's house. It's a trailer for a romantic comedy we're working on.
Oh, hi.
Tell us about your ethnic background.
I'm Chinese and Jamaican.
Exotic erotic. Exotic. Thank you, Lord, for mixing that DNA.
I call it Jamaicanese.
It comes out so good. Somehow, when he mixes it up, it comes out so good.
Jamaicanese.
Jamaicanese.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, Jamaicanese.
Jamaicanese.
Represent.
A whole new
That's
nationality.
right.
Preston Whitmore gave me that title. He's like, you Chinese, Jamaican, you Jamaicanese. I was like, okay, thank you.
Well,
Thank
and
you.
speaking of that, take a look at this.
Oh, that is so cute.
You go. Wait a minute. They're gonna try to send one picture. I'm going. Oh, they must be hiding stuff. So we smell out those pictures.
I see.
I like
Y'all
those-
on my Facebook. I
Yes.
see that. I see.
Some fuzzy things attacking your feet. But girl, you know what? That is so cool, because one of the things that we love around here is when you can be down home. You know, we have a deep, warm place for what we call our round the way sisters. But you know, the fact that you go from that all the way up to this and this,
Oh, that's hot.
that's That's the remarkable that you go from this and this to that. And just as a man, I want to commend you on that. You get applause on that. For that change up. All right. Now let's take a look at your IMDb.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, got to go there live. You know how it is. Cause you,
Yeah, I'm all up in it. That's not my butt.
that's it. That's it.
Oh, okay. Prove it.
Prove it.
Oh, now you awake again.
Oh,
Huh?
yeah.
You go in and out.
Yeah, I know. and I thought this would be a perfect time, for us to segue to our other guest.
Oh yes. Oh, the man.
Okay, Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin, welcome, promoter. Kevin, now, Eugenia,
Yes.
first of all, publicist to the stars.
Yes.
She is so unique, and we drool over the idea of her coming to internet television. So talented and so out there on the scene. We love to have Eugenia here in studio. So first of all, we will thank you for sending these guests.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've got
Thank
this
you.
guy too to tell you about.
Okay, so
Yes.
well, tell us about Kevin.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about Kevin that you brought today.
Okay,
and then you
sure.
can we'll go with you, baby.
Okay, Kevin is one of the hottest promoters in Hollywood. I mean, if you want to go to an A-list party, Kevin Rouse is probably attached to it. Him and his group of promoters. I think the SCAL Coalition, is that correct? Kevin?
Southern California.
Yeah, Southern California Coalition. And I met Kevin 5 years ago when I did Divine. Remember R&B
Oh
singer Divine who brought in?
yes.
I did an incredible CD release party for her at the Bellage Hotel. And now I'm working with Kevin again for his NBA All-Star Weekend party that's going to be hosted by Matt Barnes. But
Oh,
This
I saw his
gentleman-
old lady on the basketball wire. And she got all pissed off and shiny and stormed out. It was good. Oh.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
this gentleman,
I'll watch it.
this comedian here that I'm introducing now to the PiXX Stereo TV
Let me
family,
show that. We have that. I'll
Ricky
put-
Del Rosario is amazing.
Oops.
He's from the Bay Area. He's a great friend of Linnell's, and I am so glad to be handling him. He's going to be performing and releasing that DVD that your audience is looking at right now at the NBA All-Star Weekend party that Kevin Rouse and the Southern California Coalition are doing. And Ricky is amazing. He's unlike any other comic. He just doesn't stand there to deliver a joke, He uses his body. He makes facial contortions.
Take a look, everybody.
He'll be like all over the floor. So he's just
There he is.
he's outstanding. Yeah, that's Ricky Del Rosario, born in Seaside, California. Has toured with Jamie Foxx and Laugh-A-Palooza, and he's really outstanding. So I want everybody to check him out at www.rickydelrosariocomedy.com.
Wow. That's,
All right.
Now you know what?
Ricky.
And believe it, we wanted him down here, but because
know.
of an emergency, a family emergency,
know.
he couldn't stay down here. So
Right.
he wanted to be on the show.
Right.
He apologized.
Yes.
But he will be back and he'll be through here.
Absolutely.
And you tell him the truth next time so he can be prepared, because comedians come back and they're gonna whip us a new
Oh.
you know.
So I want to hear a little bit. Tell me about that. So the NBA. Now, Kevin, come on now. Give me the inside
The
scoop
inside
of
scoop.
how you love. Okay, I want to know about how you enjoy throwing these bashes and making some money
it's,
doing it.
Making some money and having some fun ain't nothing better to do than that. I've been doing it for.
No, I know. That's right.
But I've been doing it in a lot of different cities.
Okay,
And,
like what cities? What cities? You said you're from Detroit.
Yeah, I'm from Detroit, and then I was in the Bay Area for actually where Ricky is from.
Oh, really?
Up in the Bay. I was in the Bay from '81 to '87. We done quite a few big concerts and party events up there. Then I came to L.A. and ended up in Hollywood. I was running a hotel there where Eugenia was. I booked
You were
some of her
running.
act-
You were running the whole. Now, see, this
Yeah.
is what's so interesting. I love to get into always at least a preview of how we come to be. Because did you ever think? Did you imagine yourself as a young man? Back in junior high. Okay, go back in Detroit. Did you imagine that you would ever be doing these things as you're doing today?
Yes, because we were doing 25-cent parties back then.
So tell them about how you started, though. Tell them how you started with
basement
what
parties. We were doing that back then, so it just progressed as I got a little bit older.
Because that's what happens with a lot of us. You know, Vic and I were kicking it in here in the studio for years before we even did internet television.
Okay.
But that's the point. People have a history. You were an entrepreneur.
Right.
I had a lemonade stand. I was serious as a mother about my
Right.
I was serious. But so you started out and you were a young entrepreneur.
Exactly.
Who
yes.
essentially moved up. How did you come to leave Detroit and take it upon yourself, my brother? Because it's hard to leave home. Because all of us, many of us, have to deal with some separation anxieties. And when you leave your home city, for those, like when you go from Chicago to L.A., when you go from Detroit to the Bay Area, I left Los Angeles and went to Washington, D.C. Or when you come from another country,
Guatemala,
there you go, right?
Yeah.
Culture shock.
Well, with me, it was like I had actually been out here. My family had moved out here as when I was a kid, and we were in an earthquake back in 1971.
Oh, yeah. So you
my
moved out just in time for the earthquake.
Yeah, just in time. My family moved back, and here I was, a kid out here with Disneyland, the ocean, all of this beautiful stuff, and then we go back to the gray.
So you didn't want to go back to
No, I didn't want to go back. So they took me back. They tied me up till I was about 18, 19, and then I left again. So, yeah, it was really not that hard for me to make the move.
But you know, even though, for most of us, even those of us who grew up here, our parents, I was born in Florida, but came out here very young, but my parents both were from, and it's part of that whole migration pattern of, you know, black folks. And California was the promised land.
Yes,
Right.
That's what
Right.
my parents said,
It
the
is.
promised land. It still is.
Still
It
is, yeah. So that's how I ended up out here. And then I started doing promotions up in the Bay Area, and then I came down here.
What kind of promotion? Like dances, parties, that kind of thing?
Yeah, dances, you know, medium-sized concerts, stuff like that. But, yeah, it's when I came down here, I met up with a group of guys and ladies that we all worked together. For a long time, I worked alone with all my parties, but now I work with a coalition of different promoters. We are, as promoters, reaching across the aisle like the Democrats and Republicans to try to work together, because you know it's a lot of egos in the game.
Oh, hell yes, my brother. And imagine if you could bring them all together so we could have a nice internet television channel where you could flip from party to party.
Well, you know what? Actually, that's something that we are actually working on. We're doing a reality series about all the promoters in Los Angeles.
Okay, there you go. There you
Called
go.
LA Promoters. So I will be talking to you about that. I'm always looking for opportunities. Okay.
What can't be done, totally can't be done today in this medium. Even if you are promoting the stuff you're doing it, this is the method out. So that's wonderful. So so both coming here to Los Angeles, what keeps you here? Is it the weather then?
The weather for one, but then again, I got a house here, so I like where I live. But yeah, I love LA, just like the song.
Yeah.
You know, it's always been a prosperous place for me to be.
Okay.
And if you look at Detroit and you look at LA, you will see the
Totally
difference.
different.
Yeah.
I have a question. Like, you have a lot of people who say that they're promoters in LA, and they're not necessarily making money as promoters. So how do you? Obviously, you're successful at doing it. So how did you make that step of wanting to be a promoter versus I am a promoter. This is what I do. I have property and I'm doing it quite well.
Well, let me tell you about how that goes. A lot of promoters that you think are making money ain't making money, because it's a lot of work, a lot of hours. It's timeless hours of promoting these events. But the thing is it pays off. You may not make money on one event, but then you may make 3 times the money you expected on another. So it all pretty much pans out. And again.